Hello and welcome. I'm getting tons of alerts. Welcome to the 2026 Attendee DLAT ORG Conference Attendee Webinar. We're doing this just to bring you all the information of what's going on. I don't need this banner anymore, but definitely put in the comments what lab you're from, what company you're from. I know we have attendees and exhibitors also watching this, and put them in the comments and I'll display them, say hi to each other. Anyway, I'm glad you're watching, whether you're watching it live or in the recording. Live, you get the bonus of if you have a question about the conference, put it in the comments below and I'll bring it up and try to answer it the best I can. And as far as comments from you watching the recording, sorry. So anyway, this is a attendee webinar. We're just here to give you all the information. My name is Cade Tippett. I own a small little mom and pop ortho lab in North Texas. I'm a member of the DLAT and the ORG, so I'm kind of a liaison between the two associations. Unfortunately, my cohort partner in crime, Joyce, she's feeling ill today, so she can't join us. But she has a lot of the information, so hopefully I can remember all the stuff that she told me to bring up. But we may have the conference chair, Matthew Douglas, pop in, say hi. We may have conference chair for the ORG, Phil Pellegra, jumping in to say hi. But I got a lot of information, so let's share it. Oh, Dale Miller, greetings from Tampa. Dale with Forested Inn. Glad you are here this year. I'm really glad. And this is Madeline from Zahn Dental. Zahn, I hear you're bringing a bunch of ortho stuff this year, so interested in that. So let me share my screen with you. I've put together this janky little presentation to try to keep my thoughts in order here and I don't forget anything. So forgive me if I go off on tangents, but I want you to have all the information you need for the upcoming conference, whether you're already registered or planning on registering. Hopefully this will be good information for you. So again, it's April 10th and 11th. It's just a couple weeks away. And again, this is a DLAT and ORG combination. ORG was kind of born up under DLAT and collected a bunch of smaller groups together to become a national. It's the world's largest orthodontic conference in the world. Prove me wrong. And then DLAT, of course, organized in 1944. We're celebrating our 82nd year. So, and we've been the largest in the Southwest region, largest dental lab, what we call the littlest big dental lab. Anyway, it's at the same hotel as last year, the Westin DFW Airport. There's an address at the bottom. It's on John Carpenter Freeway. It's like 2 minutes from the DFW Airport. So if you are flying in, for instance, maybe Jason Gill here from Gill Ortho Lab, he may be flying in. There is a free shuttle between the hotel and the DFW Airport, but not between Love Field. So if you're flying in Love Field, you'll have to get a taxi or Uber or something. But you should be able to get a free shuttle, and it's running every few hours from the hotel and back. So contact the hotel for that. It should be in your app down below. If not, let me know. So the discounted hotel group rate, it's $157 a night. Regular's like $300, like $289, probably $300 or more after taxes. So get your registrations, your group discounted group rate registration. This is for DLAT and ORG members, or not members. You don't have to be a member to attend the conference. I've got a few of those questions. You can be non-members too. You just pay a little bit more. But the reservation deadline says March 19th, but Joyce had to extend it to today since we're doing the webinar today. So you should be able to still get your room rate today, but today's the last day. So even if you haven't registered yet, at least get your room so you get the discounted room rate of $157. Again, there's a QR code there. If you want, you can scan that or go to that bit.ly link. So conference overview. So this is pretty much what you're going to expect. It's 2 full days of dental lab education, the ability to learn all your required credits, CE credits if you're CDT for the year, full exhibit hall with 60 exhibitors, I believe, complimentary breakfast and lunches. There's an asterisk there, and I'll explain that in a minute. Social networking events on Thursday and Friday nights. For Tom, one of our speakers that's going to be there, how far is Love? I believe it's like 20 to 30 minutes from the hotel from Love Airport. So I believe it's like 20 or 30 minutes. So Love is in Dallas. This is in Irving. So Irving is right next door to Dallas. And Adam Erickson, nice hotel. It's a really nice hotel. We love the conference floor plan. So that's the conference overview. If you haven't registered yet, obviously the early bird is over. And talking about that asterisk, if you've already registered, you're good. You get breakfast and lunch included. After today or after last night, so today we only offer the economy ticket because we have to turn in our head count for the lunches today. So if you buy a ticket today, it is a reduced price, but it doesn't include lunch. So it'll be lunch on your own. There is there is a restaurant at the hotel. So you can eat right there. You just can't join the rest of us in the buffet line to get our lunch there. But those are your 2 links here and here. You can screenshot this or scan the QR code with your phone, and it'll take you straight to the registration page, and you can see what the cost is. Again, but you can still attend all classes, both days, and the exhibit hall and the social events. You can do the social events Thursday and Friday night. So what's included? Access to all courses both days, except CPR. I'll talk about that in a little bit. There's an extra fee, $60. We're doing the CPR a little bit different this year, so I'll talk about that in a little bit. Exhibit hall access, breakfast, lunch, and Saturday, asterisk. Lunch, Friday and Saturday, asterisk. So that's if you've already gotten your ticket. If you haven't gotten your ticket yet, you won't be able to partake in the lunch. You'll be lunch on your own both days and breakfast on your own both days. All-day coffee breaks, that's included for everybody. Generally speaking, all coffee breaks will be in the exhibit hall. We got 2 coffee break areas with bars that I think they convert to bars at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. Joyce, if you're watching, let me know. Hi, should exhibitors be registered? Yes, we should have your information from whoever bought your booth. I don't know which company you're from, but you need to have a badge. And we are feeding all exhibitors. So that's why we are got a 10 on our number. So if we don't have your info, email me, Cade at, let's see, it should be below me. Let's see, is it? Yeah, Cade at DLAT.org or admin, and I'll make sure you're added in there. But yeah, today's the last day to register as an exhibitor, or else you're going to have lunch on your own. Okay, so continuing education, we got over 41 courses to choose from, 50 hours of CE to choose from. So you're going to be able to get your all your CE credits in one weekend, which is nice if you're a CDT. Now, this is kind of a sample of what our badge is going to look like. You can't see that. I'm here talking myself. Yeah, I can't even see that. This is an example of kind of what our badge is going to look like. There's going to be a QR code on there, and I'll explain that in a little bit, what that stands for. And all this is continuing education approved. And so if you're CDT, you can get all your credits. And if you miss some, there'll be a recording at the end. I think that was here. Video recordings of all the courses will be available to all registrations. So even if you can't make it, go ahead and register. And in a couple weeks after the conference, you'll get emailed a link and you'll to the what we call the rewind, and it's all the courses we recorded. You'll still be able to get your 12 CE credits there. So even if you can't attend in person, go ahead and register. That way you get your link whenever it goes out. And also, there will be some live streaming in certain rooms. The big room of the DLAT and the big room of the ORG and you can actually catch those live, but you can't get your CE credits till a couple weeks later. I got to set that up, so give me some time on that. So that is our continuing education. Speakers. We have a great selection of speakers. I've heard attendees and exhibitors both say really great selection of speakers. We appreciate all the exhibitors that are bringing a lot of these speakers and paying for their travel and hotel and everything to be a speaker. So we really appreciate them. And you need to thank each speaker, each exhibitor when you get a chance. But here, I mean, just a couple pages of all the speakers we have. And if you want to see the speakers, here's a link straight to the speaker page I've built on the DLAT website. And the QR code goes to the same place also. So you can check out their bios and their background information and all that stuff. So here's the conference schedule overview, all right? It's pretty much 3 days and 2 main days of courses. So Thursday, the time has been moved to 8:40 a.m. It's a golf scramble. We'll talk about it in a little bit, a little more detail. And then 5 p.m. on Thursday, you can come, if you arrive at the hotel, come by and pick up your badge. Get it early. You don't have to stay in the line 7 a.m. to get your badge Friday morning. And then we're also doing a Texas welcome. I'll explain that in a little bit, but it's a little bit of a social event. We can all hang out, all the people who are going to be there the night before the conference, we can hang out together. And of course, Friday, we got 7 a.m. badge pickup. 8 a.m. is when the keynote starts. And then 10 a.m. is the exhibit hall opens, and it's a coffee break in there and some other things I'll get to in a little bit. And of course, we get 1 hour breakout sessions, then lunch, and then breakout sessions again, all the courses. And then the 7 p.m. Social event, that's going to be really exciting when I talk about that. Saturday's almost kind of the same thing. Badge pickup for just you one-dayers out there. And again, let me talk about registration for a second. If you register, but for some reason can't make it Friday, a doctor called and needs a case on Friday, and you got to work through the night or something like that to get the case there. Don't worry, you can get you can watch all the recordings. So you'll be emailed a link with all the recordings to all the registered. You can watch all the Fridays, and you can come in person on Saturday because you don't want to miss the exhibit hall. It does close at 2 p.m. on Saturday, so come Saturday morning. We do have vendor day in the exhibit hall. It's 2 hour. And actually, there is a second vendor day hour after lunch, about 2 to 3. And I'll talk about that in a minute, too. Let's see, where are we at? All right, so the golf scramble. So I'm going to go through each of these in a little more detail. If you haven't registered yet, you can register at this link or with the QR code. Again, updated tee time is 8:40, and it's April 9th, and lunch is included. Yeah, lunch will follow after the scramble to soak up all that alcohol that y'all will be drinking while you're playing. So Thursday, again, early batch pickup at from about 5 to 10. And then the Texas welcome, we have a Joey Dvorak. He's a dental lab technician. I believe he's the guy on the left. It's 56 Chevy band. Him and his brother have a band. And they play live country western music for us during this welcome. We're going to have cash bar. There should be some exhibitors that are there setting up their booth because the exhibitors will be setting up their booth between 1 and 10. We want to provide them a little music and entertainment also. But they may come out and pass out some free drink tickets. So it's a cash bar, but you can get free drink tickets if you want. And just come hang out and meet friends you haven't seen in a year since last year's conference. So registration, hopefully you can see this. This down here is coming from the front lobby of the hotel, but there is also a side entrance, which is on the south side. So the John Carpenter Freeway side. There's whole parking over here, and you can just walk straight into the conference. DLAT registration is here. And this is the gallery where we're going to have the Thursday night social with a live band, live country western music band, and drinks and stuff. And here is the ORG registration. Now we'll won't have Thursday registration open there. You can, if you're ORG, you can come get your badge here also. But Friday morning, go here to get your badge if you're ORG attendee. And of course, all the classrooms and stuff, this is where the keynotes will be. And of course, this big thing is full of exhibit hall and our exhibitors. So just kind of touching on some highlights. Friday, April 10th is keynote starting at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And it's John Madden, Master CDT. Expertise is your real product. Using experience in your dental lab, your digital removal to define your lab. So that should be a very interesting talk. ORG, they don't necessarily have keynote speakers, but their very first speaker is a good one. Thomas Wright, co-owner of ODL Orthodontic Lab, one of the largest in the nation, and pricing your appliances for maximum value. So we have sent out a survey for ORG attendees to give us prices. It's an anonymous survey, and he's collecting that data, and he's going to show it to everybody, what everybody's prices are compared to their region. And you can, if you're ortho lab and you don't know what to charge for your products, you may be surprised with this. CPR and first aid. So if you need to register for this, if you've already registered and need to add this add-on, you can do here at the QR code or the bit.ly link here. Again, I want to denote this is not a BLS certified CPR course. If you're needing that, this isn't the course for if you need to renew your course. I did talk to her today. There are some notes. So this is CPR and first aid. So they'll do basic life-saving CPR for adults, children, and infants, and also choking for adults, children, and infants. And then the first aid will cover things like EpiPens and even nosebleeds and bleeds and cuts and burns and allergic reactions and stuff like that. And it's all the new guidelines that were instituted March 1st. So it's all the 2025 guidelines that got put in on March 1st. So it's all the new guidelines. Again, this is not a BLS certification class. This is a shorter, just basic life-saving CPR class. But I wanted to include first aid this year. I think that's important for dental labs to help cover some of those things and things getting in your eyes, all that stuff we got to deal with in the dental lab. So if you've already registered, you can get your ticket here. If you haven't registered yet, there's an add-on at the bottom, and you can just add it on to your registration cost. Again, it's $60, and you must pre-register before you can attend, because there'll be somebody with a list, and if you're not on the list, you ain't getting in. So vendor day. Let me get some water here. Vendor day. It's a little split up today, so vendor day isn't a full day like it used to be. We got to put some CE courses in there, spread them out. So we are dedicating an hour on Friday. DLAT is from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. ORG is 11 a.m. to 12, so about 2 hours. The two different associations are going to be in there. And then kind of the same thing in the afternoon from 2 to 3 for DLAT, and then 3 to 4 for ORG. So that's Friday. One thing I want to bring up, 10 a.m. Friday, the NADL NBC is doing a mimosa moment, and it's cheers to 75 years. Everyone's invited, CDTs, master CDTs, any dental lab technician. They just want to celebrate you and celebrate 75 years. And they are in booth 210. Remind me, I'll show that on one of the upcoming slides. And so this is DLAT and ORG people. You can come at 10 a.m. and get you a free mimosa. Here is the exhibit hall. I had to turn it sideways because it fits better, but you can see it's a completely full exhibit hall. This is the Ortho Alley. 210 right here, that's where the mimosa is. Here's the two entrances. There is, down here is the gallery area and the registration table. And then the showcase rooms from Strawman, they're going to have a full, complete workflow, I believe start to finish, using all their partner companies are going to be in this room mills and all sorts of things. I'm ortho, so I don't know much about implants, but I just heard it's going to be huge. And of course, their booth is right here. We also got Affordable Dentures and Implants, a huge supporter of ours, and Noble Biocare. I just wanted to point some of those out. Garland Dental Supply, been a long time exhibitor here and they're right next door to us. So Vendor Day Saturday, because we want the exhibitors to be able to go home and start packing up at 2 p.m. And then we want them to eat lunch with us from 12 to 2 at the awards luncheon. So it's going to be a 2-hour chunk, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And ORG is going to be 11 a.m. to 12 and kind of bleed into lunch. So they'll do a lunch and they'll be back in there during that time. So that's Vendor Day Saturday. And I do have some announcements for that. We are going to have raffles. This is going to be fun. So our conference chair, Matt, he's going to have a big blue balloon tied to him. And when you register, raffle tickets will be given to each attendee. So when you get your badge, you'll get 2 tickets in there. And we've already put the other half of those tickets in the exhibit hall. In the tumbler that Matt will use. Winners will be drawn at the booth, giving away the prize. There's a lot of prizes. In fact, I just got a ton of emails today of exhibitors and what they're giving away. Someone's giving away a 72-inch TV. I think that's Argon. Curaway is giving away Noritake China plates, flatware. I'm not too familiar with it, but I've heard of Noritake China. And we are giving away, I'll talk about that, is the next part, the passport game. Let me finish the app booth giveaway. So this is happening during the exhibit hall every 15 minutes or so. Matt will have a microphone and he'll announce the booth he's going to, and he will do his little tumbler. He'll draw one of the tickets, and if you're there, and so even if you're talking to another exhibitor, if you hear your number, come running and pick up your prize from that exhibitor. And we'll be doing that every 15 minutes or so, and maybe 10 minutes because we've got a lot of prizes to give away. Should be fun and get some interaction between you and the exhibitors. So the exhibitors are coming through this year. There's some really good prizes in there. We are still doing the passport game. I'll try to show that when I demo the Hoover mobile app. But basically what it is, remember I showed you that badge template before? There's a QR code on there. And the exhibitors will have a scanning app on their Hoover app that can scan your badge. So whenever you make contact with a exhibitor, if they scan your badge, if you get scanned by just 5 exhibitors, the more times you get scanned, the more entries you get. But a minimum of 5 get scanned by 5 exhibitors. You'll be given a random draw, put in a random drawing for gifts. Things like Joyce is putting together what we call the Apple Basket. It's got an iPad mini and a keyboard cover for it, and I think a pen and a watch and a earbuds. I'm not sure. I need to read up on that. I've slept since then, but a whole Apple computer gift bag, and we'll have other prizes there too that the exhibitors are giving us. So that will happen Saturday during the awards luncheon between 12 and 1. Right after the awards luncheon is Gary Morgan from 1 to 2 doing the regulatory compliance. So you just stay in the same room and can partake in both. So winners will be drawn at the awards luncheon. Exhibitors, you get your badge scanned, and you can even show on your app where that QR code is that can get scanned also. This is newly added. Women in Dentistry Social. Please join. We thank Leanne, past President Leanne Sylvia, she's hosting this. It was a blast last year from what I heard. And so it's for DLAT and ORG. And you come for some drinks and fun before the Speakeasy Casino night. So that being said, thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Leanne, for hosting this. It will be in one of the presidential suites. We don't have the number for that yet, but we will announce it in the Hoover app. So make sure you download the Hoover app and I think it'll be emailed to you too. But just so you know, you get the alert. Hey, it's going to be in room such and such, presidential suite. So just for women that are in dental technology, and that should be a lot of fun. And that's Friday, 5:30 to 6:30, and then at 7, from 7 to 11, we got the Roaring Twenties and Casino Night. So it's going to be Roaring Twenties themed event. You know, we are 2026, so we're well into the 2020s. So it's Roaring Twenties from like 1920s. It's an oak ballroom. We hired a casino company, so they're coming in with like legit casino tables and everything you're doing. Joyce listed them all. I can't remember, blackjack or 21 or Texas Hold'em, that kind of thing. You get a stack of chips to start with, and we'll see when you run out or when you win them all. But we want everybody to get dressed up. It should be fun. In fact, I just got my costume in not too long ago, and it was in a flat box. So I've got to fix this hat, but it's a vest, and it came with a pocket watch. I don't know, but this right now is looking like a Freddy Krueger hat, so I need to fix that. Or get one of the hats like this dude has. I like those hats. So, but come dressed up. Let's have some fun with it. My wife is coming, and my 10-year-old daughter is coming, and they're both going to be in flapper dresses. So it should be a fun event. And there's a prize for the best dress. Don't know what the prize is yet, but come best dressed so you win the prize. And then toward the end, we're going to try to do a little karaoke. We'll continue the fun. Won't have a karaoke DJ. It'll be like a self-serve karaoke. You search for your songs and then sing for all to hear. So that should be fun. Again, they're sponsored by Strawman, Affordable Dentures, Freaky, and even a dental lab. Thank you, Adam, who is this guy. He sponsored some drink tickets. So I believe those drink tickets will be passed out at the ORG registration desk. You can use them here, and you can thank Adam from Black Bear Dental Lab. And, of course, Strawman and Affordable and Freaky has been long-term exhibitors of ours, always sponsors these events. We thank them a lot. So go to their exhibitor booths to get the tickets Friday, to get free drink tickets, so you don't have to pay for any drinks there. So that should be fun. All right, so don't party too hard, because Saturday we're bringing Peter Peasy back. He's a big draw. A lot of people love his very high-end presentations. And it's going to be 8 a.m. So come at 7:45 and get your coffee and your free breakfast, and come watch Peter Peasy. And his topic's going to be artistry is still in our future. So you Crown and Bridge people know, and ceramic people know who Peter Peasy is. Most everybody knows. He's also the IDT editorial director. He's got a lot of, you see all the letters behind his name. So he's definitely got some credentials. If you want to see the full event schedule, just the schedule, these are the two places to go. The ORG side, I've filtered out just the ortho classes. The DLAT has both ortho and DLAT classes. If you're registered for either one, you can go to any of the classes. Except for CPR, you got to pay for that. But if you're ORG, you can attend a DLAT class. If you're DLAT, you can attend an ORG class. So you can go to these links. I'm going to click on one and kind of show what it looks like. This is the website. Here's all of Thursday. Here's Friday. And you can see everything here. If you like paper, we will not have paper programs. It's all going to be digital. But if you like paper, click this button and you can print a PDF. And the schedule should be locked in. So this, if you print today, it should be, but give us a little grace. There's always some last minute changes. And that's why we don't like to print. But you can print it here. And then you can, if you're dentures, you can actually just filter out just only denture classes. There's Tom Zaleski right there. Removable prosthetics. The journey continues. And so you can filter out by what you want. Or if you're just a manager, you want business, we've filtered it out by that. So you can filter out everything here. Let's say if you're ORG, you can find all your ORG classes here. And again, session tags, if you want to find the regulatory sessions, which are right here on Saturday. I messed that up somehow. Anyway, okay. Oh, my bad. I should have filtered this out. So this and regulatory and this. And so you can see during the DLAT luncheon, Gary Morgan will be speaking. HIPAA, are you ready for an audit? And there's a little bit of one for the new board swearing in and stuff. That there is an election. There will be ballots there. So DLAT members, be sure and fill out your ballot when you come pick up your badge and vote for who you want to be in the exhibit hall. There should be a Facebook post coming up soon with the bios and stuff of each of the people running for their board positions. So that is it for the full schedule. Now, we have a conference web app. So if you like to look at your computer browser, all this stuff is also on the mobile app, but this is everything. You can see the agenda here. You can see the attendees. You can contact your friends. You can bookmark your friends, and you can just stay in contact. There should be more. Oh, yeah, there's 17 pages. So, yeah, anyway, and then there's recommend it, bookmark. There's community tab. There's your organizer announcements. Some of the speakers have asked some questions from you, the audience, so be sure to answer those. You can check out the meetups and virtual event, like ORG is going to Heart 8 Barbecue Saturday night, so you can RSVP for that. And you can just go check all that out. And of course, messages from, so Rafi is going to the meetup Free Mimosas. So, and then you can, all the exhibitors and sponsors are here. So you can actually go to their web pages. Some of them have some nice videos and some handouts that are ready. And then you can see the booth staff, and you can actually contact them and say hi from here. So be sure and check them out. There's a leaderboard. Pauline, you're killing it. Adam, you better catch up. But the more you interact in these apps, the more it's a fun little game thing. And of course, resources, logistics. Here's your link to your members discount if you're DLAT. The last day to view your hotel, to register your hotel, and exhibitors and shipping and logistics. But basically, all this stuff, and I'll go over what the mobile app looks like at the end, but you can see all the activity feed. So get in there, get involved. It's really fun to talk to other people. And that should be fun. So this is the link to that if you want to see it on your desktop. It also goes to, there's also this in the DLAT webpage you can see. So the conference mobile app, let me pull this down and see if I can connect my phone. Hopefully it worked great last time. Let's see. All right. Give me a second. Okay. We are here. Let's remove and share screen. Hopefully I can do this. There we go. Okay. So here's my mobile phone. And there's the Whova app. There's a link to it. That last page, I'll bring it back up with the QR code. And it should also be in your registration confirmation emails. You should get it there. But this is what the app looks like. If I tap the app, you can see. I'm viewing as an attendee. I'm exhibitor, quote unquote, and a organizer. So I get a lot more details in here. So it looks a little crazy in here, but you can see at the bottom, there's our sponsors, exhibitors. Some of you are in here. You can collect your leads here. And so you can click this button, and it will scan the QR code on the badge, and you collect the lead, and that puts some attendees into the passport game. So if you're curious what your QR code looks like, this is your profile. Now you log in with the same email that you registered with. So that's how Whova knows you. If it's asking for a code, if you're using the wrong email or something's wrong, you might have to uninstall Whova from last year and reinstall it. Or email me at my email below, kate@dlat.org, and I'll get you that. There's a code you can use in it. I believe it's 2026 DLAT Conf. So, but you can fill out your whatever info you want to give. You can even scan your business card and put it in there. And you can also see view your QR code, and the exhibitors can scan your QR code right there. So if you're somewhere and you don't have your badge, you should have your badge everywhere. Maybe at the casino, you don't have your badge with you, but you're talking to an exhibitor, they can scan your code here and send you the information you're looking for. So again, down at the bottom is the important part. There's the agenda. So, and this will update as you go through the agenda, as the course progresses. So Thursday will disappear when Friday comes. So that's why it's showing Thursday right now. So Friday, there is, you can, let's go to that keynote. You can see there is a video here. It's a link. It'll go to YouTube. It'll be the live stream, and then after it's done, it'll just be a video link. So if you want to watch it again later, you can. If you're at home and you want to watch it live, you can do that. Again, we're going to try to record all of them, but they all won't have a link. Only the ones that are in the two big rooms. So this will give you all the information. It shows it's in the Oak Ballroom. You can view the map, and it shows where that's at on the map, so you can find it. You can add it to your agenda. So do this. It gives us a good idea of how many people are going to be in each room. So you can add it to your agenda. But it also tells you if you have a conflict. So I have in here, I maximize the sale of your lab from 9 to 5. You can add it anyway. You can cancel it. And you can actually put it on your Apple Calendar or Google Calendar, and it'll remind you, hey, you got a thing coming up again. And in here is you can ask questions to the speakers. If they put out any polls, it'll be there. You can like this course, and you can chat. So the session is sponsored by Bego, so you can chat in here. Bego, and I believe the speaker, John Madden, will be in here also. And so there's a session overview. You can watch on the desktop. So CPR is the exact same time as this. So if you want to watch this later, you can. Go to the CPR course first. We're not recording that one. And then you can come back and watch this. And that's the same thing. So if you're in the exhibit hall and you're actually talking to an exhibitor, you can... oh, hey, let's add Matthew Douglas. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So we're going through the mobile app right now, so glad you dropped on. Anything you want to say to the attendees or future attendees out there?
No, I'm good. I'm ready to get this show started.
Yeah, it's getting down to the wire, and so let me wave your hand if you want to say something about what I'm saying, and I'll bring you back up. So let me go back to this and go back to my phone, which is this. Okay, so you can see it's sponsored by Bego, and then here's the bio. You can get so I know everybody loves paper programs. I love them too, but there's so much info on here that we can't put in paper programs. And so notice I've added a few on here, add to my agenda, you can actually go to My Agenda, and it lists all the courses you want to go to, and it will tell you if there's a conflict. And so I'll try to mark each one if it's being recorded or not. So if you need to go to one that's not being recorded, you can watch the recorded one later when we do that. So you can actually see some meetups coming up here. So I've RSVP'd for the free mimosa. This will give a good idea of how many that are attending. And then Women in Dentistry Social RSVP there. So Leanne knows how many people are coming. And then, of course, the Heartache Barbecue. And then one of the exhibitors is doing a demonstration. So you can RSVP for that. So that, go back to the home screen, additional resources. If you, logistics, I do need to put in here how to get a hold of a hotel for the shuttle between the between the DFW and the hotel. There's a free shuttle. So there's a number, I think a phone number you can call, or you can find it at the DFW. And your hotel group rates here. And then exhibitors, your shipping logistics is right here. And then, of course, you can see the map of the floor plan, so you can find where each exhibitor is. There's CAD Flow, there's TD Dental Supply, Affordable Dentures, there's Strawman right there, and I believe you can, well, okay. So you can get a floor map there. Let's see, is there more floor maps? View map? No, okay. So like if you go to the exhibitors and you go to their booth, you should be able to see where they are located. Yeah, booth 221, and you can view the map, and it shows exactly where they are in the exhibit hall. So you can make sure and go to them, and you can also do passport contest, and they can scan your thing here, and you can check all the stamps you've collected from all the exhibitors. So once you get scanned in here, let's say by Art, Ransom, and Randolph, it'll show in bold. And so make sure you get at least five of them. And then of course you can enter the booth. And Rafi Alien Milling is sponsoring the golf scramble this year again. Big thanks for that. And he's posted some other pictures, so you can see pictures. You can see photos of everybody's posting, product images, things like that. So there's some wire benders. There's going to be 3 wire benders at the conference this year if you're interested in wire benders. And, of course, the speaker link so you can get all the speakers. So that's about it. If you're looking for one of your friends that's going to be here, so let's say Matthew Douglas. You can exchange contact info, send requests to talk to him, say hey. You can see his LinkedIn profile here. And so you can say hi. Matt, oh, his screen went blank. So there's Matt. I just said hi to him on the app. So that's it for the app. Let me stop sharing this screen. Is there anything else I'm thinking of that we need? Let's remove that. I'm going to re-add my other screen with the contact info and present. And then there is the link to the mobile app, so you can scan that and it'll give you a link to the Apple Play Store, or the Google Play Store, and you can download the Whova app there and just log in with your email that you registered with. That's the important thing. Sorry, that's the web app. This is the mobile app. So scan this to get your mobile app. So make sure you join today and get involved with everybody that's there. It makes it a lot more fun. So you can pause here if you need to scan that app to get there. And then that's it. Thank you. We'll see you in April. We'll email a link out to this recording. My email is there, cade@dlat.org. Joyce is joyce@dlat.org. Phil, if you're got an ORG question. He's Phil at orthoresource.group. And then Matthew down below is Matthew@DLAT.org. So if you need to get a hold of one of us and ask us some questions, feel free. And we'll see you in April. We're excited. So if you're not registered, get registered today. And make sure you book your room by the end of today so that you get the room rate. With that being said, Matthew, any last words?
No, I'm just super excited and ready to get it done.
Yeah, so am I. Get this going. It's always fun to get there. And you can join Matthew at the Golf Scramble. Go rewind back to that link, and you can get the link to register for that. But with that being said, I guess that's everything. I think, Matt, you're probably going to do it all on X.
No, I'm off today. This is my off day.
Oh, nice.
I
means
went and picked up lunch. You see, Burger King.
Awesome. So you're running errands today. So you're working for someone else.
Yep, my wife.
Yeah.
She's making cinnamon rolls for us today.
Ooh. For the conference? Ooh.
She's making
I can't wait for
cinnamon
that.
rolls, blueberry muffins, and cookies.
Oh, man, that's going to be awesome. I can't wait. I've been wanting some of her stuff for a while. Yeah. So we'll end it there. Ask any questions down below. And until then, we'll see y'all in April. So we'll see y'all later.